warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and good evening to everyone. Welcome to our presentation. My name is Nur Amalina Miti Roslan. My metric number is AI250221 and together with my friends Aida Rashada binti Aslinor, Aisyah Yamina, Awatif binti Badaruddin, Nur Alia Maisara binti Nurdin and Nur Maisara binti Abdullah. First of all, a special thanks to our lecturer, Madam Nurhani binti Selamat, for helping us finish this project successfully. Our presentation today is about our game project called Where Wine Meet Games. We will discuss more about it as we go through our slide. I hope you enjoy our presentation. Okay, the next slide is about abstract in our project. Okay, Where Wine Meets is an open source software platform that integrated with Steam to simplify PC game management and resolve recommendation challenge for teenage users. This study outlined the process for patching, downloading, and installing the game while ensure high performance and seamless online exploration within a Steam ecosystem. Our project is use an agile process model to improve based off user feedback. The technical framework that we are using in our project is a client-server architecture and content delivery network like CDN to provide secure transaction and to protect account user and get efficient global distribution and get a user-friendly experience to our game, like the Where Wine Meet game that we developed. Okay, we continue. The next slide is about introduction in our project. The Where Wine Meet is an action-adventure game that developed by Everston Studio and released in 2025. This game is about 5 dynasty and 10 kingdom period of 10th century of China. The game immerses player in virtual world, have a political conflict, allowing them to master specialized breathing method. The game can play across a PC Steam, PlayStation 5 like PS5 and mobile platform like Android and iOS. The dynamic gameplay feature, which is Ultra HD graphic, extensive character customization, and a diverse profession system where player decision significantly impact the narrative. By using the agile development process and the Python programming language, the team ensure the high flexibility throughout project cycle, focusing on the specific mechanic like combat and attack player. Like combat system and NPC AI. And then finally, the project want to gain a player feedback and a skill such as a creative to do a problem solving and effective communication to deliver a world-class digital experience.
Are we presenting the software development process for our video game project? For this project, we have chosen methodology that balance the creativity and efficiency. Starting with our chosen model, we selected Agile process model. The gaming industry highly dynamic and Agile is perfect fit because it flexible and interactive. Agile also allows us to evolve the game step by step. There are 4 reasons why we choose Agile. Firstly, incremental delivery. We can create and review the features one by one. Secondly, embracing change. It allows us to adapt quickly if gameplay requirements shift. Thirdly, customer involvement. We use continuous player feedback for improve the system. Fourth, simplicity and efficiency. We more focus on actual development and less excessive documentation, which keep code manageable and reduce the bug. Next, software development methodology. Now let's look to our specific pace and key case tool we use to stay organized. First phase, planning and requirement analysis. Here, we define the storyline and genre, and we use Trello and Jira to manage our prioritized backlog. Phase 2, design and prototyping. Figma and Adobe XD are used for UI framework and gameplay flow. Next phase is development. Use GitHub and Visual Studio Code for control and implementation. Phase 4, testing and quality assurance. This phase conduct performance optimizations and bug fixing by using tools like Postman and Selenium to ensure stability. Phase 5, development and maintenance. Finally, the game and monitor feedback can release by using Docker and GitHub Action for updates. Now let's look at the development roadmap for Where Winds Meet. This Gantt chart outlines a 3-year timeline spanning from 2022 to late 2024. We have categorized our tasks into technical, creative, programming, testing, and key milestone to balance development pace. Year 1 2022 is foundation and reveal. In the first year, they are focused on building core engine and establish games world. Engine and physical refinement. This is the long year for technical tasks. Secondly, 3D asset creation. The creative team worked from January to June to develop the initial environment and character assets. Thirdly, world reveal. A major milestone was achieved in August 2022, where they are officially revealed the game at the Gamescom. Fourth, AI coding. Begin with implementing identity system and AI coding. Year 2 is 2023. They are focused on core machines and animation. Entering the second year, the project shifted towards heavy content production and character movement. It is motion capture and animation. For this part, the primary creatives focus for the entire year 2023 for ensuring that combat and realistic and also the movement. Next is continue AI integration. This part, the project finalized the programming for the game system during the first quarter to support the new animation. So, let's move to year 3, 2024. 2024 is for testing and launch. A final year is dedicated to refinement, porting, and the global release. In this 2024, they focus 4 parts. Firstly, closed beta testing, CBT. We started the year with 4 months closed beta to gather player feedback and fix early bug. Secondly is porting. From March to September, the technical team is focused on porting the game to mobile and console platform. Thirdly is open beta. Open beta is for a final stress test, and open beta will be take place between July and September. Lastly is a global launch. The global launch scheduled for November and December 2024.
Analysis and use case diagram in our project. We have 4 main components in our use case diagram. Firstly is about actor. Actor is an external entity that interact with system. That we can see in the use case diagram, we have a player, board character, and system record, and also enemy AI. And then the second main component is use cases. Use cases is a specific function or action that perform with system. The shape is oval. That we can see. The example of the use cases is it including login, start game, explore open world, interact with character, approve mission, engage enemy, use skill, improve character, save mission, launch season, and provide mission, provide dialogue, and also attack player. And then the third main component is system boundary. System boundary is you can see that in the rectangle box. This is the external function from external actor. Okay, the lastly is a relation main component. Relation is the line connection between actor to use case. That you can see that many error. This is a relation between actor and use cases. Okay, and secondly, I will discuss about system functionalities. Okay, in system functionalities, we have two components. Firstly, we have player interaction, and secondly, we have non-player NPC and system interaction. Player interaction including accessing system like login, start game. And second, we have navigation and action, including is explore, open world, interact with character, use skill, and improve character. And lastly in the player interaction is data management. Data management, which is improve and save mission and load season. And secondly is about system functionalities is non-player NPC and system interaction. We have two like NPC or AI that to provide mission and dialogue, and also to attack player. And the system will record and manage saving season.
Today, I will explain the difference between functional and non-functional features in our game. So, for the first one is functional features are what the player can do in the game. For example, they can create and customize their character, explore an open world with dynamic weather, and also engage a real-time combat using martial arts and weapons. Player can also make story choices that affect the outcome, take on a different roles like healer or mission, and complete quests. There is even a multiplayer support for co-op and PvP battle, plus environmental interaction like climbing, swimming, and stealth. On the other hand, non-functional features focus on how the game performs. This includes smooth performance across devices, fast loading timings, and responsive controls. We also ensure reliable multiplayer with low latency, immersive graphics, and sound, strong data security, and cross-platform usability so players can get a consistent experience everywhere. In short, functional features define what the game offers, while non-functional features ensure it runs well and feels great to play.
Assalamualaikum and a very good day to Puan Hanim. My name is Aida Rashada binti Aslino. I'm from Section 2. My metric number is AI250231. So I'm going to talk about the client-server architecture in our title project, which is Where the Wind Meets. The implementation of this game is built upon the client-server architecture, which serves as the backbone of the game's technology. In this architecture, the server can act as the guardian of the world or a player, so it can help maintaining the consistency of quests, character, environmental changes, and ensure every player experience the same, regardless their devices. That means they can play with PCs, smartphone, laptops, and with these devices, they can handle the visual controls and the personal interaction that make the game feels alive. So this client-server relationship is not simply technical. It is also it also enables accessibility across different devices, and players are free to explore the landscape wherever they are, while the server guarantees stability and fairness. By combining centralized control with flexible access, the client-server architecture also ensures this game, or Where the Wind Meets, both scalable and inclusive, offering a seamless shared experience no matter how or where player choose to join. So for 4.3 user interface design, when we talk about this game, Where the Winds Meet, the user interface is really the player bridge into the game world. Think of it as translator. It takes all the complex processes happening in client server system and turns them into very simple that player can understand it. While the server busy keeping the quest, character, and environment consistent, the player sees as health bar, stamina indicator, minimaps, and quest tracker. But this is not just for decoration. They need to be very careful to place to reduce mental effort so player can stay in the story instead of feeling overwhelmed. Because the game run on PC, smartphone, and laptop, the interface adapt to each device. On a computer, you might use keyboard or mouse, but while on the phone, you have to use the touch gesture. So no matter what platform they play the game, the look and feel still consistent, so the player can feel like they are inside the game. Interactive element like dialog box and skill panels will also give immediate feedback, keeping the experience very alive because everything syncs with the server and player know the game is fair, accurate, especially with multiplayer battles. Finally, accessibility matter. Text size, color, and control also make sure more people can join it together regardless what their purpose are. So the UI where the wins meet, not just about design, but also the responsiveness and consistency that makes the game not only usable but deeply immersed across all platforms. So in where the wind meets, the even thousands of players are online at the same time, it helps the game world still alive and fair. That's what the data management do. The system doesn't just sit and wait, but it react. To be more specific, when a player finish a quest, the server immediately notice, check the requirements, and update things like environment and storyline right away. And it's not really new. Most of the game that require quests, they have each event every few months. So it's always keep on updating so the player doesn't feel bored playing the same thing. So it also make the world feel responsive and connected. Also, it follow a simple idea event, condition, and action. These three things play when the players move, the condition needs to be true, and action is the update for what happened in the game. For bigger activity like battles, the system break into a smaller step. If something goes wrong, it can roll back changes to make sure everything stays stable and fair. So behind the scene, different manager handle this breakdown, which is object manager look after item and character, transaction manager keep operation reliable, event detector watch for player action, while rule manager decide how the system should be respond. So with break this different manager, it helps it helps this part to make sure when you're playing on PC, smartphone, or laptop feels that user or the experience the player feels smooth and synchronized, also alive.
Concept in our project is about software optimization. Okay, what is software optimization? In the game optimization is a critical phase. Focus on ensure smart gameplay and reducing the need for extensive debugging. Its core objective is to maintain high quality visual and graphic consistently across various hardware, and also providing optimal experience for all players. Given we also talk about CPU. The software optimization in game is also related to CPU. Like CPU is the play and a vital role to managing a background task, audio processing, and also networking. CPU-bound optimization is implemented to provide essential introduction for high-quality visual rendering. And the best quality in our project is about the system can ensure efficient memory management and overall stability, resulting in high-performing gameplay without compromising visual problem. With because CPU is the main role that can control our game system.
Moving to objective defect. I will describe our finding by user one by one. Based on user review, player reported that the game content lacks clear guidance. This makes it difficult to them for determine what action should be taken next. Furthermore, the storyline was described as unclear and poor presented, leading to a disconnect experience. Number 2 is user experience and content overload. There is significant issue with content overload. Several users mentioned that games in the introduce have many features and side activity far too early in the gameplay. This overload causes confusion, especially for new players, and it can give effect the overall learning curve. Number 3 is impact on player retention and long-term engagement. While the initial gameplay is engaging, the excessive content overload causes player confusion and lack of motivation to continue. This leads to reduced player engagement and negatively impact long-term user retention. Let's move to next part.
So, to wrap things up, our project on Where Wind Meets show how powerful Agile can be in game development. By working in short cycles, we were able to adapt quickly, fix bugs, and keep improving the player experience. The client-server architecture gave this game stability and scalability, making it accessible across PC, console, and smartphone. But of course, testing revealed some challenges, things like unstable connection, mobile overheating, and even issue with keeping player engaged for long term. What this really taught us is that continuous feedback are essential. Games aren't just about graphic or mechanic, they're about keeping player immersed and motivated over time. Overall, Where We Miss isn't just a game, it's a case study in teamwork, creativity, modern software engineering, showing how collaboration can turn ideas into playable and engage with reality.